If you have extremely oily skin, if somebody's telling you they have a product that's gonna make you never shine up, they're lying to you. They're lying. So this is the second time I'm shooting this video because I had a whole, I didn't like the way the video came out. So this is the second time I'm doing this video, which is fine, whatever. So at first I actually was going to shoot the concealer and the base, the foundation routine separately, but I'm just going to do them together because it doesn't really take that long. So I'm just going to do them together so you'll see the process. It's probably actually a better idea to shoot the video, the concealer and foundation routine together because it just shows you the overall process of having long-lasting foundation. And this particular routine works well for people who have oily skin, normal, and dry skin. It's a good technique for everybody. You can just adjust it to what fits your skin. Now, key to this routine is having good skincare. You know, make sure you're exfoliating your skin because that's how well the foundation is actually going to look on your skin. If your skin is full of gunk and it's not well exfoliated, it's not going, the foundation is not going to look good, and it's not going to last as long because now your skin is going to get oily faster. So just please address that. If you guys want to see a separate video on skin prep, just let me know. But keep the skincare to a minimum in the daytime or even in the evening when you are going to events where you want your makeup to last. Don't put on heavy creams and expect it to look good. The only time you can probably get away with that is if you are a dry skin person that needs the moisture. Use serums, use light moisturizers and light sunscreens depending on the time of the day that you're going to whatever event that you want. Keep it to a minimum. Too much skincare will cause the makeup to break down. So just especially if you have oily skin, keep it to a minimum. Make sure you moisturize your skin as well because you don't want your skin to be dehydrated. So it's a fine line. Keep it to a minimum. Additionally, address issues that you have on your face. Like if you have darkness around your mouth area, if you have darkness under your eye, make sure you're addressing those problems in your skincare routine, and do not leave it up to your makeup to address that. I had a lot of darkness in this area, and I started addressing those issues in my skincare routine, and I had a lot of darkness under my eye as well. And what happens is the less makeup you have to use, like color correcting and all that, the more your makeup is going to last. That's all I'm saying to y'all. Keep the layers to a minimum and your makeup will last on you. So please don't come to me later talking about, oh girl, it didn't last. I told you how to take care of your skin. So let's get started on the routine. So we're going to start off with the foundation routine. I'm going to show you guys two. I'm not a primer person, so you can skip this step if you want. If you have dry skin, you can skip this step. If you don't want to use a primer, don't. It's not absolutely necessary. But I do like these two primers because it addresses pore issues. I have pores on my cheeks, on my chin area, so I like to use those kind of pore filling primer. But really, no primer is going to stop your skin from becoming oily. I'm sorry, I've tried a bunch of primers. If people are telling you, oh, this is going to stop you from being oily, they're lying to you. What you're trying to do in any makeup routine, especially when it comes to your foundation, is to prolong the time to when your skin gets oily, and you want to keep the product on your skin. But if you have extremely oily skin, no product will stop your skin from eventually getting a little shiny. We can prevent it. We lengthen the time to when you actually get oily. Anyway, so these are the two primers I recommend. If you have a pore filling primer that you like, you could go ahead and do that. I have two different price points. So I love this e.l.f. liquid primer, pore putty primer. I like this a lot. Don't look at my nails, y'all. I gotta go get it done. And then I love this YSL Touche Eclat blur primer. Love this primer. Both are very good at making your skin look blurred, and I like that. That's your makeup is going to look good like that. So today I'm just going to use the Touche Eclat primer. My mirror is right here, y'all, so don't mind that. And this primer has a little bit of some gold flecks in it, so it gives you a little bit of brightness in there. And this routine is not going to take you long, you guys. And I'll put it all over my face and just let it sit for a little bit. See the difference between this and this? See how blurred that looks? Child, I was just making sure that this camera was recording because I was a little nervous. That damn camera blurred out all my shit from the last video, but y'all still watched. Y'all came in the clutch. Anyway, y'all, so that's the primer. And then we're gonna go in with a powder. Now, if you have dry skin, you can skip this this step if you don't want to. If you don't want to put powder down before your foundation. Now, I have two options for you. I have this It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. I love these. You can use a colored powder as well, but I like to use these white powders because I find that the translucent powders, I find like they absorb oil better. And I tend to get really oily in this T-zone area, especially my nose. So I love this Bye Bye Pores, and all the products will be listed below for you guys. And then a cheaper option is this e.l.f. HD powder. I think they work pretty much the same. I love both of these powders. So definitely whatever one that you decide to get, both of them will work really, really well for you. So let's go ahead. And I just literally take, I just take a powder puff. Yes, when I say there's no cocaine on my nose, this is what I'm talking about. This is the process of me putting this on. So I just put it in the areas that I get very oily. And you don't need to put a lot. Just enough. And you're like, oh, is this going to cake up? No, it's not going to cake up. And I put it on my eyebrows too, because I get oily there as well. So that's what that looks like, y'all. So then what you're gonna do is, this is a key step in this particular routine, is to use setting spray. You can use whatever setting spray that you want. I particularly love the Skindelavia oil control one, and then I also just got this. I just got this all-nighter setting spray in PR. Urban Decay just sent this to me. I was so surprised that they sent me this. This is also a really good spray as well. But I've been using, this is a black-owned business called SBK Cosmetics. I found her on TikTok, and I really love this setting spray. I just wanted to try something new, and it smells good too. So you're gonna go ahead and just spray your face down with some setting spray. And that's really going to help your foundation to look good. All right. And then if you want to, you could go ahead in with some highlighting radiance booster, or you know, you could do that if you want to, but I usually just go to my foundation. So, and I have 3 options for you guys. These are long lasting foundations that are just, I think they're the best on the market. My holy grail is this House Labs. This is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation, and it's actually a clean foundation. It's a bunch of silicone. Silicone based foundations will look best on people who have pores. If you don't have pores, you may not, you know, use a foundation that you feel like works best on you. But if you have pores and you have oily skin, this right here is good because it's not so drying, but it's also not oily, heavily oily either, or hydrating. So it works well for a bunch of different skin types. This right here, to me, is the best foundation on the market. Not because of just the formula, but the fact that in the deep skin tones, they actually address the undertones. I think there are about 50 shades of this foundation, the best. They actually sent this to me via influencer, and when I tried it, I was just so impressed by it. It really is one of the best foundations I've ever used. Now, in terms of drugstore, I just found this Milani Screen Queen foundation. This is one of the best foundations I've ever tried, and I'm really surprised. I'm not surprised that it's a drugstore, because the drugstore people, girlies, have been coming for our throats for years. This right here, and apparently, and I don't know her name, it was a black makeup artist that actually helped formulate this foundation. And this foundation also has about 50 shades. I do have a review up on my channel. Definitely check it out. It's really, really good. I caught this on sale on Beauty Bay, and I was so pleasantly surprised. It's a beautiful formula. Really, really good. I'm gonna find a makeup artist's name who helped develop this and put it in the description, because it's just absolutely beautiful. And then I have another really great foundation that people sleep on. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Active Wear. This has been reformulated a couple of times or repackaged, but this right here, if you have oily skin, you may want to hop on this. This is one of the best foundations on the market as well, and it comes in a bunch of different shades. Very, very, very good formula. The undertones are really good. This is an exceptional foundation if you're going to any event, to a wedding, to anything where you need just your foundation to last long. This is your friend right here. So I'm gonna use the Triclone right here. And like I said, this foundation has lots of silicones, but the good thing about the silicones here is when you wash your face, there are specific kind of silicones that actually do not break down in water. The silicones in here do, so it's not going to cause you acne. That's why I love this particular foundation as well. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to spray my face again, because I'm busy talking to y'all. And then tools. Let me show y'all the tools you're gonna need. So in terms of tools, if you have drier skin, go for a brush because you'll get more on your skin. You can use it as if you have oily skin as well, but I don't recommend brush application if you want long lasting makeup. I find that the Beauty blender works really well because it applies in very thin layers, and that's what you want. You don't want to add too much foundation because it's just too many layers is going to cause it to come off, to me, in my experience. I do use brushes and stuff like that, but for long lasting makeup, I recommend a Beauty blender, and just the application is flawless. Or you can use both. You could go ahead and use, you see how that foundation matches like the best color match ever. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I'm blurring up on y'all right now. And I didn't really need to add a lot, you know. I'm just going to add one more pump Like I told you, once you address your skin issues, your hyperpigmentation, your makeup is just going to look a lot more better. And that's less product you're going to have to use. That is, you know, my advice. Sometimes we can't help it, especially if we have a huge breakout. Like, I get it. But as long as you're addressing it and you're consistent in your skincare routine, eventually your skin is going to clear up. Because I had really bad acne for a very long time. And it's cleared up. I do still have some scarring going on right here that I need to go to the doctor for. And what I need to get are some cortisone shots. The last dermatologist that I went to did not give me the correct cortisone shots to address these. These are raised scars from acne. And like I said, if you get cortisone shots, they will flatten out on you. But you got to find the right dermatologist that knows what they're doing. Because some of them, they don't know to do that properly or know how to do it properly. Next, we're gonna go to highlighting. And if you have darkness, you may want to color correct. You know, add the color correction before you put on a highlighter, because this is what I'm doing. I'm highlighting and concealing at the same time. So I suggest you do that first, but I don't have to color correct anymore because I addressed the darkness under my eyes. So that's less makeup that I have to use. And I have a lot of lines under my eyes, so my chances of creasing are a lot higher than somebody that does not have those. And I've had these creases for years. So address any kind of darkness or puffiness, because over time, if you do have the right skincare routine, you can address those problems. And I'll insert pictures of my darkness. Like, it was bad. And I'll show you guys what I look like. So we're going to do that. And I absolutely love this Natasha Denona Hyglam concealer. Love it, love, 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 love this concealer. It's super creamy. It's not. And I don't use a lot of concealer under my eye. A part of my under eye routine, concealer routine, is using powder to address creasing and not the actual cream or liquid concealer. So, and I do recommend, if you want to use a brush, you can. However, if you experience a lot of creasing, the brush is going to leave more product under your eye, which will increase your creasing. Increase your creasing. So I recommend a beauty blender, and then what you're going to do, and I'll show you what to do, you'll use powders to increase the actual concealing of under your eye. The more product you have under here, the more you're going to crease. That's what I noticed, because I've tried a lot of different routines that a lot of people post online, and I find this routine that I came up with works the best. Okay. And then I go ahead and just blend everything out with your beauty blender. This really is, to me, the beauty blender has been the best tool that has come out in beauty in a very, very long time. To me. That and the Triclone foundation by Lady Gaga, House Labs foundation. And I'm not talking about just formula either. All right. So that's what we have. It's not overly high coverage, although this is the Hyglam foundation is a high coverage concealer. However, because I'm using the beauty blender, I'm able to sheer it out. These two together are absolutely fantastic. And do not use setting spray right now, because we're gonna be, when we're setting the face, we're gonna need to make sure it's moving so we can set the under eye before. So So now we're going to be contouring. So there's a difference between contouring and bronzing. Bronzing is more, it does add some structure back to your face. However, the contour is what really is adding contour. Lately, I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer, and I also been using the Sunkissed bronzer as well to address my contour. And what I like about this particular formula is that it's sort of a cream to powder finish. It's really, really good. Danessa Myricks has a lot of formulas like that as well. If you have oily skin, even if you have dry skin, those are really good formulas to use because of the way they dry down. They last a little bit longer. So I really, really love this as well. So I've been using this brush to contour. Let's see. And I do not contour my forehead because I have a pretty small forehead. So contour your face the way you want to, you know, but I do not typically contour my my forehead because it's I like to make it look a little bit bigger because of that. And then I go ahead and I take my brush and I contour my nose. And I really love this because I don't have to go in a second time to contour. Because sometimes people go in and they set also the contour with powder, and I don't have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead with the back of my beauty blender to just blend this out. Make sure all the edges are seamless, and you could also go underneath your jaw, and I just go do that. And this is why I love the beauty blender, because it blends everything really beautifully. Some people like the brush, but I really love the beauty blender, and I'll just go in like that. We're gonna start setting. Let me just go ahead and I'm gonna set my under eyes now. Make sure you're doing this, you're blending out under your eye before you set it. And then I use a powder puff. And one of the best setting powders I've ever used is this Hourglass loose setting powder. It not only sets, it also gives me coverage. And this is the power of powder. It will give you coverage. So I'm going to do that now. And use a good amount. Don't be shy. You'll see it's giving me coverage. Too much product will increase your creasing. Set everything. And then I'm going to use, a lot of people don't talk about this powder. This is the Catrice mattifying powder, and it's waterproof. I love this powder. And it's translucent, so it doesn't affect the color. Love this powder. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add a little bit more powder underneath my eye. Just a little bit. So we're going to address some contouring, finish contouring, and the rest of the face. So I'm going to be using Mocha Queen from Colored Rain. Their bronzers are actually beautiful. If you're looking for bronzers, they're beautiful bronzers. So I'm going to go ahead and use this little brush right here. And I'm just going to go, you still see it, but I just want to pronounce it just a little bit. You could leave it just like this if you want, but I just want to add a little bit of extra. And I'm not even going to go on my forehead. You see how just a feint of it adds a little bit of structure back to the face? And then I'm just gonna, just a little bit. You can also go on your nose as well, but I'm not going to. I just add just a taste of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the bronzer. I'm going to use the bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. And this adds a little bit of warmness back to my face. At first, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to add it on the cheeks above the contour. I'm just going to go to my forehead. People are going to be like, whoa, your skin looks so beautiful. Like, oh, absolutely gorgeous. See that warmth it gives me? This is a beautiful bronzer, even on deep skin tones. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to add any more bronzer. I'm just going to go on my cheeks. And I'm just going to blend that out just a little bit. So, just like that. Just a little bit. To blend that out so it could look a little bit more seamless. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this brush. And I'm just going to... This is my highlighter brush. I use it anyway because I like to have a little sprinkle underneath my eye, and I'm just going to brush the excess off. Just make sure everything is pretty blended correctly. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my face again. It's very important that you do these in these steps because that's what's going to make your makeup last longer. So I'm just going to set my face and let that dry. This is another technique that I use. I take a flat brush, and you could take another kind of brush if you want to. I've just been using the flat brush. I'm just going to let my face dry. Let me just use my thing. So my face is dry. I'm gonna use, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder. This is the deepest color that they have. I use it for my under eye. This powder has a lot of silicones in it, so it makes everything look smooth. So you're gonna go use a flat brush, and you're gonna use this to go underneath your eye, and this is also gonna reduce creasing. And you're gonna see how beautiful my skin looks in several hours, because I am gonna come back and show you what I look like. Look compared to this to that. Look how flawless that looks. And I like using this flat brush because it just gives me more precision. And then I do go on my nose too. This also helps with the contouring. And if you want to, you could go ahead here and add a little bit of that, because that gives you a little bit of reverse contouring. And it's very subtle. That's why I really like it. But this is my secret to have a smooth under eye with minimal creasing, is using powders. Do not overuse liquid concealers, especially if you have a lot of lines under here. If you don't, you can go ahead and do whatever you want. But if your eyes and eyes look like mine, do not heavily use liquid products under there. It's just going to crease on you. All right, so I went ahead and I finished up my face. See how, like, it looks sort of flawless, if you ask me. So I went ahead and finished up my face. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a little bit more of this Charlotte Tilbury powder. I like to do that when I'm done. And then I just go back in here. And I usually take this with me throughout the day. And I usually use this to touch up if I need to. But I just go right underneath there because it just gives me that extra lifted, well-rested look because there's so much silicone in here. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to set my face again. And we have the completed base routine. It's pretty fast. Once you get a hang of it, it won't take you more than like 15 minutes to do it. Really, unless you're doing like a really extensive eye routine, but it should not take you very long. You know, when you are contouring and highlighting, address the areas that you want to make smaller. And that's it, you guys. It's really quick. If you have any questions, leave them below. I will leave all the products that I use below, and if I have any video reviews of them, I will also leave them below as well. But this is the look. It's fast and easy. Shouldn't take you long. Please work on your skincare routine. Don't just leave it to the makeup to do all the work. Makeup is just an enhancement. It's not going to cure anything for you. So you want to look good in your own skin without the makeup. So definitely address those issues. The less product you use on your face and under eye, the less likely it is going to crease on you. And that's my thing. And if you have extremely oily skin, if somebody's telling you they have a product that's going to make you never shine up, they're lying to you. They're lying. Put the powder underneath your nose, underneath your face, before your foundation, and that will extend the life of your foundation. It won't break down on you as much. However, you still have a possibility of getting oily. It's just the nature of your skin, and that's okay. Just work around it. You know, bring your powder with you. There's nothing wrong with that. However, with this routine, it won't break down on you. It might shine up a little bit, but it's not going to break down on you. So I'm going to come back. This is the end of the video, but I'm just going to show you what my face looks like in a couple of hours. Hold on. So it's 12:30. I'm going to come back because I'm going to upload this video for the day, for like in the evening. So I'm going to come back to you like around like 6 o'clock, and you're going to see what my face looks like. I'm not lying to y'all. This will last you all day. Okay. Even probably past 12 hours, this shit is going to look good on you. Okay. So I'll see y'all in a little bit, and then we could end the video. So I'm using my phone for this footage, and I just wanted to show you what my skin looks like. What time is it? It's about like 5 o'clock. And just wanted to show you how beautiful my skin looks. I don't have any creasing under my eye. The only thing that I have an issue with is my lip gloss, but it's lip gloss, so you know that comes off. And I think I look pretty good. Yeah, so this is the secret to long-lasting makeup. I did put some liquid blush on that I did not set, so it looks a little bit more luminous. And of course, like I said, my nose always gets a bit oily, but nothing has broken down on me. My face looks really good. So I just wanted to check in with you for the last time and just show you how good everything is. This should last you another couple of hours. You should not get any breakdown of anything. If you need to, you can touch up your nose if you're a very oily girl like me. Other than that, the makeup is looking good. Nothing is breaking down. And that's it. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video, like it, comment, and let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll see you guys next time.